Hi guys, what's good? It's your girl Jessica Tate, and I'm here for another vlog today. That does not sound like me. Hi guys, so I'm doing a little Q&A today, as YouTubers do. I realized it's been a while since I've sat down and answered any questions about my life, so I figured, God, itchy, why the hell am I so itchy? I figured it would be good to sit down here, just update you guys on life, see what you're wondering about. I got a little guest today. You wanna be in the video? You wanna be in the video, Chewy? Why are you sniffing me like that? Say hi. Chewy needs a haircut, like pretty bad. So she's never been to my apartment before. And she's been trying to look out my window, which if you guys saw my last video where I did an apartment tour, this is my view. Some of you guys are so funny, you're like, I'm gonna need a broom update. The broom has not moved. It's still there. The broom lives on. Okay, so I'm freaking out. So I was just on vacation in Florida, like a huge family trip a couple weeks ago. It was like a family reunion. While I was there, I was wearing this gold necklace like almost every day, okay? And so then when I was leaving to go to the airport, I was like, I don't want it on my neck. I don't know if I can go through the metal detector like this. And I took it off and I remember putting it somewhere. Could not remember for the life of me where I put it, and I've literally been looking for it for 2 weeks, okay? And then I did this little thing. Some of you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but there's this spell that you say when you lose something and you can't find it, okay? For some reason, I have not said it once, even though I've been looking for this necklace every day after I get ready. So there's this spell that you say. It goes, what was lost, now is found. Help me find my, and then you insert whatever you're gonna say now. So I would say, help me find my necklace now, right? I said it 3 times. I went into my backpack, which I have checked literally 5 different times. And the second after I said it, where's my necklace?
Right here.
Anyways, just really excited. Now I'm gonna film the questions. I desperately need a haircut, like so bad. And hopefully the next video you see, I will have a haircut. Like, I love that it's getting longer, but it's getting like scraggly, right? And so I feel like I'm always adjusting it, which I might have been doing when I had shorter hair too, if we're being honest. On to the question. So I've tried my best not to look at these because I wanted to give like a genuine first reaction. Okay, somebody said, how is your mental health? By the way, you're my best friend in my head. Hey best friend, hey bestie. Okay, your girl is doing pretty good, I would say. It depends on the day. I feel like the last couple years I was pretty content with just like gliding by, like going into my mid-20s, like it's okay that I don't know what's next, but now I'm kind of like, I kind of really want to know what's next. And some days I feel more content with like not exactly knowing yet, and some days I feel really anxious about not knowing yet because I feel like everyone has this idea of where their life should be at a certain age. I'm 26 now. Like I'm happy that I have my own apartment, but I also don't know where I'm going after this summer. And so there's like a lot of unknowns in life. But generally I'd say like I'm happy, like I feel good. I'm excited about life. I just feel a little bit scared sometimes that I don't have the answer. This next question says, what is the longest amount of time you've been single? We're counting like when I was a teenager, forever. When I was in high school, I didn't date anybody. And it's not because I didn't want to, I just was really doing my own thing. I was like all into video editing. I was like kind of geeky. And I didn't actually have like a serious relationship until the literal serious relationship that you guys saw online. I guess I would say the longest that I wasn't in a relationship at all was probably a year. Because since my long-term relationship, like I've dated a little bit and been in relationships, and then they didn't last that long, but I have not been in the long-term one since. Hey loves, quick commercial break. This video is sponsored by Beducated. You might be thinking, what is Beducated? Beducated is like the Netflix of sexual wellness. Revolutionized online sex education for adults. Beducated has over 100 hours of video and audio guides to level up your love life. I don't know about you guys, I didn't get the best sex education growing up, and it was mainly just about contraception. I felt like there were so many topics that were taboo or that you couldn't really talk about. Beducated makes it so easy to just touch on any topic that you might be interested in. It's everything from health, pleasure, relationships, or even just fun things that you've always wanted to know about. So far, I've taken the menstruation and wellness course because honestly, you can never understand yourself and your body more. And I found some really amazing tips As somebody who wants to get pregnant in the future, and especially being in the LGBT community, knowing about ovulation and pre-ovulation is so important. And there were pre-recorded videos put together by Beducators, which are experts in this area. And it altogether was really easy to consume and just concentrate on the information. So Beducated is a monthly service, but they offer 1 day free for everybody to go in and check out the courses to see if you would be interested, if it's something that you think would benefit you. So I have a deal on top of that. If you use my code Jessica in the next 48 hours, you get 70% off of the yearly pass on Beducated, which is just $7.99 a month. So if you guys would like to learn a little bit and have some fun at the same time, click the link in my description. Thank you guys so much for listening to the sponsored portion of this video. It means so much to creators like me. On with the rest of the video. I don't think anybody can lose chapstick as much as I can. I had 3 in my nightstand table, literally 3. I just went in there, I have 0 now. I had to go find another one. I could go through literally 100 different chapsticks in like 3 months. Oh my God, I see one, it's under my couch. What is the best way to move on from a relationship that has ended? And I know that you guys ask relationship advice a lot. Hopefully you guys are not tired of me answering it. I would say the best way to move on, one is to not force yourself to move on. Like, feel it while you're feeling it, but also know that you really do need to like shift your focus and concentrate on yourself. When you are with somebody, or you live with somebody, or you're just doing a whole life with somebody, it's really easy to always think in terms of 2. The amount of care that you would give to somebody else, like when you deeply, deeply love them, give that to you. There's like a moment, I feel like, when you get out of a relationship and you, after you grieve for like a couple months or a month or so, and you like think you're fine again, sometimes you're not, even if you think you are. And I feel like I had that because it's like so easy to distract yourself or like talk to somebody new. But sometimes you just really have to pour love into yourself. Literally hug yourself. Like if you're ever really, really sad, physically hug yourself. Like don't have shame in it, do it. Like stand up, be like, everything's okay, and give yourself a hug. It really actually does feel good. Obviously, like hang out with friends and family, hug them, but at the end of the day, love yourself hard. Love yourself as much as you would love somebody you're with. The next question says, were you raised with a dad around, or has it always been you and your mom? So I would say technically it has always been me and my mom. I was raised knowing who my dad was, but he was never in my day-to-day life. If I can find any pictures, I'll put a picture of me and my dad here. So my mom and dad were not together when I was born, but it was never like a shared custody thing. I would just see him every like a couple times a year or something. And so I was never really close to him growing up, and then he passed away when I was 9. So I feel like I didn't really get like an experience of like a father-daughter relationship. I don't think I ever really talk about that too much online. There's been like very few times. I feel like I can get emotional. It's not the time, it's not the time. I'm also on my period. Which is funny that I did that ad about menstruation and stuff. And when I was recording that, I didn't have my period. And I was like, that would be funny if I had my period while I'm recording this menstruation wellness thing. And then like 2 days later, no, it's been me and my mom, single parent life. And then when I was 13 though, actually when I was 12, my mom came out as gay. Then she introduced my stepmom, Michelle. They are no longer together. I've had some people asking me that who used to watch my old vlogs when we lived with them. And they're like, where's Michelle? Where's Chewy? But yeah, she introduced Michelle to me when I was like 12 or 13. And I, at first was like, no, this is too many changes. It's usually just me and my mom. Like, what is going on? There's this new woman here. I'm supposed to have like another parent. And we moved in with her. But it really quickly, I formed a really close relationship with Michelle, and she became the other parent that I didn't even know I needed. And she helped me so much in school. She helped me so much with like just forming this like confidence in myself to like go after any goal or any dream. And like thinking back on it now, I'm so incredibly grateful for that. Oh my God, I should not film this on my period. Oh my God. As a little girl, I just kind of like had to act like it was normal that my dad wasn't there when it's not that normal, you know? And so like having another parent there by choice was always really special. I need to get a tissue. Oh my God, I just had to go so far to find this tissue box because I had it out once and I decided I think tissue boxes are ugly. I don't like them. And I was like, when do I ever need a tissue anyways? Let me go put it like far away in my bathroom. We're good. We're good. What is your favorite thing about Malik? Somebody said. I like that question. Okay, so Malik is my sibling that you guys have seen, who's actually related to me through my dad, and my mom adopted Malik. I'm saying that now because I was just talking about my dad, so I'm trying to like piece together my family as best as I can for you guys, because I know it can be kind of confusing. Long story. I could go into my family for forever with all of the interesting like twists and turns and links between people that are related and not related. But anyways, my favorite thing about Malik is like this inability to make anything sound sassy and give attitude to any sentence that like it doesn't need it, but like sometimes it's like the best comedic timing. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it can like lead to fights, and it's like, sometimes it's a mess. I'm like, why do you have to say that like that? Like, can we just like be even keel? Can we just like relax? And when I'm crying, like right now, they can always make me like crack up, and they go like, shut up crying, which they've said that for years, and I never really understand what it means because it doesn't make any sense to shut up crying, but it's so funny, and I just love them so much. This next question says, how do you have such a peaceful, nice energy? You're such a good person. I feel like I had to read that extra peaceful. I've always been like a smiley person. I can be a little bit shy when I first meet somebody, but I'm always like still smiling. And so I think like I come across as like a very peaceful energy. I also like to feel like harmonious. That's the word. I like to feel harmonious. I do try and meditate. I've got my crystals, things like that, salt lamp. I try and like stay peaceful and positive. Obviously not all the time. I have my moments. I get angry, I yell, I can be a
I have flaws. What are they? Oh, I don't know. I sing in the shower. Sometimes I spend too much time volunteering. Occasionally I'll hit somebody with my car. So sue me.
One word to describe my life right now: wanderlust. A strong longing for impulse towards wandering. I feel like, yeah, because I'm at this place where I'm like, one day I'm like, okay, I want to move back to California. That is it. I want to move to California. Then the next day I'm like, it would be really cool if I went to like London for 6 months and like was abroad. And then sometimes I'm like, nope, Chicago, the heart, that's where the heart is. That's where the family is. You know, I got to stay in the Midwest. And not even just with like physical location. Sometimes I'm like, I should continue to follow what I got my degree in farther and do that for a job. And then sometimes I'm like, no, you've had this business idea or this project you wanted to work on for so long, go that way. So right now I feel like I'm in the middle. Okay, this is me right here. And I'm just being swirled with like all these different ideas and passions and things that do bring me joy, except they all bring different joy. Right now I have like a bit of uncertainty, but also like a longing for different things, and I need clarity. So send clarity my way, please. But I also guess that's like a cool place to be, because I don't know if there's at all points of people's lives, are they like, where can I go? Like the world is my oyster. And so that's a really beautiful thing. We ever consider doing a meet and greet for the Chicago suburb area? I don't think now, especially with COVID. And I also don't know that I'm like at the point where people would actually come. Like meeting people that watch my videos has always been one of my favorite things. So if you ever see me, say hey, because I've gotten messages before where somebody's like, hey, I saw you, or I saw your mom and sister somewhere and I didn't say hi. Like always say hi, because it's like, it's really amazing to put a face to like what would just be a number, and it makes it more worth it to be vulnerable on camera. It makes it more worth it to share your like personal experiences when you know that these are like real physical people that are watching this and enjoying it. And so like if you ever see me, say hey. I'm trying to sit up. Do you guys ever try and fix your posture? Like, so this is like good posture, right? I feel like this is like strenuous, and then this, but this is like doesn't look cute either, right? So I'm like, how do I look like? I'm like, I've got good posture, I'm good. I'm not gonna get like one of those like grandma neck things when I'm older, a hunchback, like, hello. Is that what happens when you get closer to 30? You're just like afraid of getting a hunchback and like getting old or something? Also, something I have noticed now that I am 26, so 26, closer to 30 than I am to 20, I've noticed like ageism is real and how afraid people are to get old. When we're so young, we think everything else is so old and like or bad in a way. And it's like, why does aging have to be bad? Why does it have to be bad to like look like you've lived a life, you know? It's not to say that like I don't want to like keep a young glow or anything like that. Like I definitely want to, you know, I mean, I feel like that's natural, but I also don't think that like aging should be negative, you know? Like the same thing is like when you have a baby and your body changes, or when you've gone through things and you've changed. Like I feel like we should embrace that. I feel like I've always had like a sense of maturity about me, at least throughout my 20s. But I feel like genuinely more insightful now. And I don't know if that's just like false feeling. I don't think it's a false feeling. I just think it's like learning from experience, you know? I just think I've like come to a point where I think aging is beautiful. Like I remember when I turned 25, I actually cried that day because it was like, I was no longer in my young early 20s. And I was like, what does this mean? Like, what does this mean for me? You know, because I felt like all of the young, exciting years were gone, like turning 16, turning 18, turning 21. And then I was like, now what? Now it's like 30 and everyone seems like they complain about getting older and their back hurting and like bills and you know, nobody, or at least the media doesn't portray getting closer to your 30s and then your 40s in a positive light, when really like you have double the life experience, you have double the memories. And I feel like it sometimes does come with like a lot more wisdom. And it's not to say that like someone that's older automatically is more wise, but I feel like you have more opportunity to see things and feel things and kind of like have a greater sense of empathy the more you're around. So I'm liking 26. I think 26 is actually one of my favorite ages. So I don't think anybody asked that. I just went on this rant. This video was fun. We laughed, we cried. Thank you guys so much for sending in questions, and make sure you check out Beducated and use my code Jessica for 70% off, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Love you guys, bye.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.